Why do Japanese homes feel so different? Even small apartments in Japan often feel calmer, quieter, and strangely comforting. The moment you enter, something changes emotionally. The noise of the outside world suddenly feels far away. And while modern life everywhere is becoming louder, faster, and more stressful, Japanese homes continue to protect a sense of peace that many people secretly crave. But this feeling is not accidental. Japanese homes are carefully shaped by cultural habits, psychology, and small daily rituals that quietly reduce stress. And once you understand these ideas, you may never look at your home the same way again. In many countries, homes are designed mainly for convenience or status. But traditional Japanese homes were often designed around emotional balance. The goal was not to impress people. The goal was to create harmony. This is why Japanese interiors usually feel simple, open, quiet, organized. Nothing screams for attention. There is space between objects. Soft colors are used instead of overwhelming decoration. And psychologically, this matters more than most people realize, because the human brain reacts strongly to environments. A noisy environment creates mental noise, but calm environments quietly calm the nervous system too. Japanese culture understands something important. Your home shapes your emotions every single day. One of the biggest reasons Japanese homes feel peaceful is minimalism. But Japanese minimalism is often misunderstood. It's not about owning nothing. It's about removing unnecessary stress. In many modern homes, people are surrounded by constant visual stimulation, clutter, random objects, unfinished mess, crowded spaces. And over time, the brain becomes mentally exhausted by this overload. Japanese homes often avoid this feeling intentionally. Rooms contain only what is needed. Objects are carefully placed. Empty space is respected. And this creates something emotionally powerful: breathing room for the mind. Psychologists have found that clutter increases stress hormones and anxiety, but clean, open spaces help the brain relax. This is why many people instantly feel calmer inside minimalist Japanese interiors. Another reason Japanese homes feel peaceful is because silence itself is respected. In many cultures, silence feels uncomfortable. People constantly fill space with television, loud conversations, notifications, background noise. But Japanese culture often treats silence differently. Silence is not emptiness. Silence is rest. This idea changes the emotional atmosphere of a home completely. In many Japanese homes, there is less unnecessary noise. People move more gently. Voices are softer. Even daily routines often feel calmer and slower. And this creates emotional safety, because the nervous system relaxes when the environment feels predictable and peaceful. Traditional Japanese homes have something called a genkan. This is the entry area where shoes are removed before entering the home. To many people, this may seem like a small cultural habit, but psychologically, it does something deeper. It creates separation between the outside world and the inside world. Stress stays outside. The home becomes a protected emotional space. Removing shoes is not just about cleanliness. It's a mental transition. You leave the chaos of society behind and enter calmness intentionally. This small ritual quietly trains the brain to relax when arriving home. And over time, habits like this shape emotional well-being more than people realize. Japanese homes often include small elements of nature: plants, wood textures, natural sunlight. paper screens, tiny gardens. Even in crowded cities, many Japanese spaces try to maintain a connection to nature. Why? Because humans psychologically feel calmer around natural environments. Studies consistently show that natural light, greenery, and organic materials reduce stress and mental fatigue. Japanese design has understood this for centuries. Nature is not treated as decoration. It is treated as emotional balance. This is why many Japanese homes feel warm instead of cold, simple instead of empty, peaceful instead of lifeless. In Japanese culture, cleaning is deeply connected to mental clarity. Many people clean quietly every day instead of allowing mess to build up. And interestingly, this is not only about appearance. Cleaning is often seen as emotional maintenance, because external disorder slowly creates internal stress. A messy room constantly reminds the brain of unfinished responsibilities, but organized environments create emotional relief. This is one reason Japanese schools even teach children to clean classrooms themselves. The habit is connected to mindfulness, discipline, and respect for shared spaces. And inside homes, these small routines quietly create long-term peace. Japanese homes are often smaller than homes in many Western countries, but instead of feeling depressing, they often feel comforting. Why? Because smaller spaces encourage intentional living. People become more careful about what they bring into the home. Furniture is chosen thoughtfully. Objects have purpose, and life becomes less centered around excess. Ironically, having less often creates more peace. Less cleaning, less distraction, less emotional chaos. Modern culture constantly teaches people to want more. But Japanese homes quietly teach a different lesson. Comfort does not always come from abundance. Sometimes it comes from simplicity. One of the most beautiful ideas in Japanese culture is that the home should help restore the spirit, not drain it further. Today, many people bring stress directly into their homes. Endless scrolling, work pressure, loud media, constant stimulation. As a result, home no longer feels emotionally restful. But traditional Japanese living focuses heavily on recovery. Warm lighting, quiet evenings, simple meals, bath rituals, soft environments. These habits create emotional decompression after stressful days. And over time, this changes mental health significantly. Because peace is not created in one moment. It is created through repeated environments and routines. People around the world are increasingly fascinated by Japanese interiors and lifestyle, not because they are trendy, but because modern life feels emotionally exhausting. Deep down, many people are searching for calm. And Japanese homes represent something rare in modern society: stillness, warmth, simplicity, safety. They remind people that homes are not just places to sleep. Homes shape emotional life. And maybe true luxury is not endless space or expensive decoration. Maybe true luxury is peace. Japanese homes feel peaceful because they are designed with emotional well-being in mind. Every detail quietly encourages calmness, simplicity, silence, organization, nature, intentional living. And while no home can remove all stress from life, a peaceful environment can change how stress feels inside the mind. In a loud world filled with endless stimulation, Japanese homes protect something many people have forgotten: the feeling of breathing calmly again. And maybe peace does not begin somewhere far away. Maybe it begins the moment you walk through your own front door.